les sens, dans tous les sens interdits, j'entends tout ce qu'il faut, les vrais, les faux et les non-dits. Je suis une fille et je plante mes talons aiguilles en plein dans ton mille. Si tu te défiles, prends garde à toi, mon cœur, je pleure pour ton manque de style.
Riders on the storm. Into this house we're born, into this world we're thrown, like a dog without a bone, an actor out on loan. Riders on the storm. Good evening, Legion, and welcome to Tales from the Grim and to episode 1 of Bad Moon Rising, our urban shadows campaign set in the city of New Acadia. I'm Lauren, aka That Salty Ginger on Twitter, also known as the Smooch Queen on our Discord, and I will be your kind and benevolent MC for tonight's shenanigans. Everyone heard the air quotes, right? Good, great. So let's go around and meet the cast and find out who they're playing, and also I want to know which of the other characters they trust the least, just to get things started right off the bat. Avery.
Oh boy! Oh, my name's Avery. I go by Map Online. I'm playing Evangeline Johnson, who's Dear Sweet Tired Girl, and who I trust the least. I think I have to go for Eden purely because I think he's the only one I haven't actually met. So...
Fantastic. Let's move on to Tommy.
Oh man, I'm going second. That's new for me.
It's new, isn't it? It's a whole new order around here.
It's real new. Hey y'all, Tommy here. I'll be playing Eden Joe. Sorry, the pronunciation's gonna be all sorts of fun because it's a Korean pronunciation and they pronounce things weird. The good wolf boy of the group, totally trustworthy. I don't know what you're talking about, but you know who's untrustworthy?
Who?
I think it's Ophelia. Cause in Eden's opinion, pink's just a really dangerous color.
I think so too. I share that opinion with Eden, and that's why it's my favorite color. Yay. Okay, good. This is going well. Allison, hello.
Hi, everybody. It's Allison Robinson on Twitter, Allie's No Angel on Discord, and here on the Twitches. But I'm kind of an angel here. I'm playing Sister Claire Fiorentina, the Oracle, and I love Ophelia. I want to be a blessing in Ophelia's life, but I do not trust Ophelia, not even a little tiny bit.
This feels targeted. This feels like everyone's being really unfair to Ophelia and definitely not to the person playing her. Greg, hello. Look, no snide comment.
Hey, Lauren, how are you? I'm Greg,
Great.
Grimjack21502 on the Twitter, part of this place on the Twitch. Who do I play Doyle Reed. I'm a bit of a dragon. Who does Doyle distrust? Everyone that's not the sister. So see, that wasn't just Ophelia.
Okay. Sure.
Back to you, Lauren.
Thanks, Greg. So, the demon of the hour, Kiana, hi.
Hi, I'm Kiana. You also may know me as Mod Mom. And honestly, I came out to have a good time, and I'm feeling kind of attacked right now. But it's great. I play as you can tell, Ophelia Zhang, who, I don't know who she doesn't trust. Probably the sister. I mean, who's ever that good? Nobody's ever that good. Like, come on.
That is a very fair point, and one that I agree with heartily. I think I trust Ophelia the most. Not that I'm playing, but I just want to tell you all that. I don't know if it means anything. It's not a hint. Okay, anyway, before we begin, here's a very, very brief rundown of the system, as this is our first Powered by the Apocalypse game on the channel. So in Urban Shadows, you have customizable playbooks with their own specific moves, as well as the basic moves of the game, which require dice rolls. The system uses 2d6 plus or minus the relevant stat. There are things like corruption, debt, and harm. All these mechanics the characters and players are going to get to know intimately. So see below for our donation options to help them out, because they're gonna need it. Anyway, Urban Shadows is a political urban fantasy game. My job as the MC is to make the city feel political and dark, to keep the characters' lives out of control and evolving, and we all play to find out what happens together. So let's begin. It's 4 p.m. on a hot, sticky Friday in the summer of this year. A little bit of sun peeks through the clouds as the tail end of a storm passes, though another one, larger, deadly, and purple in tint, is brewing to the south, unbeknownst to almost everyone in New Acadia. Everyone except maybe a certain nun. But the storm is neither here nor there, because the city is far hungrier than the storm is, at least for now. So 4 p.m. Sister Claire, you've fallen asleep. Your limbs are heavy. You can't move. Your breathing through your nose is panicked. You feel like there is a weight on your chest. And if you look down to see, there is something there, crouching, a shadow weighing you down. So, first things first, I'd like you to roll your session opening move of Foretelling. And then I'd like to know what you do.
Alrighty then.
Yeah.
Nice.
Wait, you have advantage on your first roll because Steven donated last week. Come on, come on. Oh, I think she's frozen. No, you're back. Oh, even, okay, that's a lot. So a 6 and a 7. A 7 is succeeds partially. So can you read out this move to me?
Sure. At the beginning of the session, roll with spirit. On a 7 to 9, hold 1. During the session, you can you can spend your hold to declare that something terrible is about to happen. You and your allies take +1 ongoing to avoid the impending disaster.
Great. Isn't that so much better than the -1 you would have gotten? See?
And the vision of somebody dying? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Legion is already helping you out. They're so good. They're so good. Anyway, let's just get rid of that. Oh, one of my favorite things to do. Anyway, so you are in the midst of something you're familiar with, the sleep paralysis that often accompanies your nightmares. What are you going to do?
I start to try to control my breathing, and the way that I do that is to just pray quietly in my head, and the rhythm of the prayer of the Pater Noster, hopefully trying to slow my breathing down enough so that I can get control and wake up fully.
All right. think I'd like you to roll something because it's always fun. Let's do keep your cool. So when things get real and you keep your cool, tell the MC what situation you want to avoid and roll with spirit. On a 10 plus, all is well. On a 7 to 9, the MC will tell you what it's going to cost you.
Okay,
Just
so I have
roll
to
with
tell you.
spirit.
Okay, do I need to tell you what I want to avoid first?
Yes.
I want to avoid being paralyzed like this. I want to be able to get up and get away from whatever this is that feels like it's holding me.
Okay.
9.
Very good. What it's gonna cost you. This is fun. I forgot all this stuff. It's so great. You will be able to move, but you won't be able to awaken right away. You will be in this dream state, lucid and able to move, but you won't be able to wake up at this point.
Okay. So do I imagine that if I get up and move that I'm not moving in the real world?
Have you ever moved in the real world? Does Sister Claire sleepwalk?
I think so. No, I don't think she sleepwalks. At least she's never sleepwalked before. I don't think.
Well, let's see what happens.
Okay.
What are you gonna do?
I'm feeling my breathing coming back into control. I'm going to sit up in bed because I don't think that I know that I'm not fully awake. So I'm going to sit up in bed and take a deep breath and stand, and I'm wearing kind of a ratty pair of cutoff sweats and a big baggy t-shirt, and I'm gonna pad in on the old wooden floors to the bathroom and splash some water in my face.
All right. As you sit up, the shadow that's on top of you seems to dissipate, but there's an eerie tint coming through the windows as you move into the bathroom. You can hear thunder and flashes of lightning outside, and you were sure that this storm that had been on was really nothing more than a light drizzle when you fell asleep. And there's that cast of purple, and as you make it to the bathroom, everything starts shaking.
I kind of run to the nearest window. I want to look outside and see what I can see.
When you look outside, the city is engulfed by purple storm clouds, way lower than you've ever seen. Where you live in Central City, the buildings aren't that high, but the clouds are still consuming them. And the more you look at it, the less they look like clouds and more like a mist that seems to be creeping through the city.
Do I see people walking around or driving on the street?
No, it seems almost like a ghost town.
I almost as if I'm not quite awake. I grab my hoodie off of the the old kitchen chair where I've tossed it and pull it on, and I walk out of the room, or out of my rooms, and it's still in my bare feet. I'm intrigued by what's happening. I'm afraid, but I feel drawn to investigate it. So I'm padding down the stairs toward the front door of this building that where I live.
As you get to the front door, you can see mist creeping in under it. You now see people, the people who live in your building, as you pass them. They are choking on this mist. You see a girl in particular with reddish brown hair and a messy bun, glasses and overalls, choking.
But I'm not.
Not yet.
Do I recognize the girl?
Yes, she looks like an artist you saw in Jackson Square.
I turn to her and excuse, are you all right? What's the matter? What is this?
She does not answer you. She is too busy struggling to breathe, and she begins to convulse.
I reach out and take her by the under the arm before she, in case she's about to fall. What's wrong? What's happening to you?
Her body convulses more violently, and I'm going to need you to roll Keep Your Cool again because it's fun. The roll with spirit.
Miss.
All right. So as you hold the artist in your hand, this young lady, you see the light in her eyes begin to go out. The front door kind of drifts open, and there are other people you recognize from your neighborhood strewn across the street. You are beginning to panic. Your breath is no longer under your control, and you do begin to recognize that this doesn't feel real, even though it does not make the panic subside. What do you do?
I fall to my knees hard on the wooden floor. I'm hoping to feel the pain when I hit the floor, as either to ground me in what's real or to wake me up from this nightmare. And I kind of bend over the body of the artist, and I begin praying as best as I can through ragged breaths.
Okay. I think then you could either roll escape or let it out in order to try and move away from this vision.
I'm going to roll let it out.
Great.
A
Let me
10.
know what you get. A 10. All right. So you can ignore the corruption you would have otherwise gained from this move. And you can choose one. Either take +1 forward on your next roll, extend your senses, supernatural or otherwise, frighten, intimidate, or impress your opposition, or take definite hold of something vulnerable or exposed. Or you could pick 2 and take the corruption anyway.
Could you remind me what the 4 of those are again, please?
Yep, they're in the basic moves handout in the Roll20 as well.
Okay, yep, got it. Pulling
You
it
can
up.
take +1 forward on your next roll, extend your senses, supernatural or otherwise, frighten, intimidate, or impress your opposition, or take definite hold of something vulnerable or exposed.
Okay, I'll take the corruption and take 2.
Great, mark corruption. So exciting. Which 2 would you like?
I'd like to take definite hold of something vulnerable or exposed,
Great.
and that is the artist, of course.
Yep.
And I'd like to extend my senses to see if I can get some greater sense of what this mist is or what's causing it.
Great. All right. As you let it out, the mist recedes from around you where you're holding this young woman, almost like you have a safety bubble as you concentrate and you pray. You obviously know that this isn't a natural occurrence. It feels not profane, but sentient. And as it pushes away from you and pushes away from the slowly relaxing woman in your arms, you wake up. And you are not in your apartment. Where are you? Where did you go before you fell asleep?
I think that, well, I didn't go far in my, was I sleepwalking?
Well, you're not in your apartment. You are sitting down, but where? It's up to you.
Oh. I'm sitting in the confessional at Mater Dolorosa Catholic Parish.
What does it look like here?
Mater Dolorosa is one of the oldest Catholic churches in New Acadia. The paint and plaster is peeling in many places, and the other kind of main feature is dark wood pews. The confessional booths are dark wood. A wooden pulpit built high on a platform. It's normally cool in the confessional, but at this moment it's hot and sticky and stifling.
Why were you there?
I was there for confession. I try to go every day, but yeah.
All right. Do you usually go to confession with Father Bertrand?
Yes.
Were you in the middle of it, or had it yet to start?
I think I was in the middle of it.
Great. Well, we'll come back to that. since we're in the neighborhood, where do we find you, Eden Cho?
So I'm gonna guess that since Sister Claire is at confessional, it's very early in the morning. Because that's when she typically goes. Eden is, I think, just finishing up one of his sleepless nights of sort of prowling his territory and just running himself ragged in sort of the central city district there, before making his way down to the church at Mater Dolorosa, and so he's on his way there, still probably in wolf form at this point, because he usually shows up late to mass, and then like just sits in the back there. So mass hasn't started yet. So yeah, he'd be on his way there, just prowling the city at the moment, running himself, trying to just run himself ragged.
So as you are headed that way to the church, you assume it's morning. That's when you usually are at this point and how your body feels and the way things look. But you hear the chime of the church bells ringing 4 p.m. and you're still in your wolf form.
That's concerning.
Isn't it though?
I think. I mean, yeah. I mean, Eden doesn't really have a great sense of time right now. He's just out of whack, and I mean, I guess he'll try to find like an alleyway and see if he can change back if it really is that late.
Sure. Can you describe your wolf form for us?
Yeah. So Eden is, so Eden is a werewolf, but turns fully into a wolf version of the sort of the lore, and he is a sort of like a larger Mongolian wolf, more of a tan, and light brownish pelt that sort of fades to white, towards the bottom, a little bit. Mongolian wolves tend to be a little bit smaller than, say, like a timber wolf or whatnot. So, while he's probably larger than a normal wolf, he's not the largest of werewolves.
All right, so you can easily find an alleyway. You know your territory like the back of your hand, and transform back into your human form.
And yeah, so Eden Joe is 5'9", 5'10"-ish, black hair, sort of wiry. It looks like he could eat more for sure, but mostly muscle, just because he's been in the army for the last 6 years or so in the military, and he's just wearing like a dark gray jogging suit that sort of goes somewhere when he transforms. I'm not doing the Twilight thing where my shirts rip every time.
We'll find other ways to get you.
Clothing is expensive. Replacing shirts ain't cheap, all right?
Okay.
Although Eden could easily afford good clothing if he really wanted to. That's a story for another time. But yeah, and he's just got like, he looks like he hasn't slept in days, right? His there's just bags under his eyes, and he'll sort of breathe a sigh of relief that he was able to transform back, because he hasn't really been in control of his wolf in recent weeks. He's been transforming every night instead of the full moon, and he hasn't been able to change out of it until morning comes. So he's a little scared that he might go wolf one day and just not turn back.
Yes, and it seems like this would not be a good sign.
Mm-hmm.
As you finish your transformation, your shitty cell phone rings. What's your shitty cell phone's ringtone?
Oh God, I think it's still Lose Yourself by Eminem. He's had the same ringtone for like 15 years, right?
Perfect. Thank you for that. Thank you. The name that comes up is Mimi.
Eden will flip open the phone because it's one of those. It's still a flip phone and shitty. And he'll flip it open and be like, hey Mimi.
Hey Stormcloud, where are you?
Down on Eden looks around the corner. Fifth and Johnson, I guess.
Okay, that's random.
I mean, I'm not asking you where you are right now.
You might want to know where I am right now.
Where are you?
I'm at home.
Oh.
I'm not the only one here right now.
Who's there?
Carmen.
Shit.
She's been here for a little bit. I tried to stall.
Tell her I'll be there in, I don't know, 15 minutes. If she can wait, or better yet, I can meet her somewhere. Not at the house.
Yeah. I mean, I shouldn't be surprised she knows where we live, but still.
I mean, she and you were too young to really know, but she and Mom were kind of friends. Or business acquaintances, I suppose.
Yeah, I'm sure that's why she's watching me like a hawk.
I think she does that to everyone.
Great. I have to get to class, so I'll tell her to meet you somewhere, maybe at the restaurant.
No, I'd rather not. How about that one? How about that one cafe over on I'm gonna have to come up with street name. Welcome to an urban campaign. Over on Oak. You know.
Oh yeah.
They're like
Orchid, right?
Yeah, something like that. They serve those like they serve like those like funny beignets. Like they're trying to be beignets but different.
So not beignets is what you're saying.
I don't know. I'm not any sort of expert on that. I prefer sticking to, when I cook, meat and more meat.
Right. Okay, why don't I send her there and maybe you stop by? Do you need to? I mean, she's dressed really fancy, Eden.
No, I'm good. I mean, she's the one who wants to see me, I guess. So it's gonna be on my. Don't worry about me, Mimi. I'll be fine. I can deal with her.
Okay, I'm gonna go to class then.
Yeah, you have a good class. I don't know what is this, music theory or
Kind of. It's a little difficult to explain. I have a great teacher, though.
oh, that's good. Don't give him any trouble. I mean, Mom's not around anymore, but you know what she used to tell all your teachers if you were trouble.
Yes, I'm the troublemaker. Of the two of us, I'm the troublemaker. That sounds right. Okay.
Yeah, you you have a good class, Sunshine.
Yeah. Bye, Stormcloud.
And Eden will hang up and he'll shit. And he'll start running to like not like sprinting, but like as if he's out for a jog, running like Rocky running, hood up, like to the cafe.
Great. And we will cut away as you make your way there. Where should we go? Oh, I know who we should visit. We should visit Ophelia. Where are you?
It's like super early morning, right?
It's 4 p.m.
Oh, it's 4 p.m. Okay, where is she? 4 p.m. Ophelia is probably hanging out at home, actually.
Mm-hmm.
She's lying on the couch, has her feet kicked up on the armrests, and it's just on her phone, just scrolling through, probably on Tinder and just like swiping. She's not even like, she'd take you like 0.5 seconds to like look at the profile and just will swipe either which way.
Okay, but like I need to know someone that you like super like or whatever it is. Whatever it is I need to know who's like a match.
I don't know if like there's anybody that she's like immediately. It's like an on-off switch. It's like yes or no. That's it.
Great. Good. Love it. Love it.
Yeah.
Oh, amazing. Very good. So as you're swiping through Tinder, you get a text.
Yeah. Well, swipe it down and take a look.
It's in the way that you normally receive messages from your patron. It's in very scripty text. Kind of green font. I don't know. You have a fancy phone probably. So
Oh
it can
yeah,
do all sorts of
super
things.
fancy phone.
Yeah, it can do all sorts of things. And it's got a flyer attached. It's like an image. And it's a flyer for a sponsored party tonight at, I'm going to butcher it again, Club Résistance. Nailed it. And the following information you receive is that your patron would like you to invite anyone interesting.
Fun. Ophelia, I think, just like flips on the camera feature and like takes a quick selfie of herself and then just replies, done. And then like with the confetti thing and an iMessage essentially.
You get back the ones that come up that have the smooches.
Yeah.
The little lipstick prints.
Yeah. And as soon as that message is sent, close the phone, and immediately just kind of stand up and grab the pink jacket off the chair that had been flung onto the night before.
Mm-hmm.
And will start going through her contacts as she heads out
Great. As you head out on the other side of the door, holding a stack of flyers for the same image that you got on your phone is Desi, wearing all black, a very kind of tailored suit, but like super low cut on the jacket, looking very sleek and stylish and not at all colorful like you. Really the only color on her bright green eyes, very short, asymmetrical haircut that's black.
Oh, I didn't think you were going to be here.
The boss told me to deliver these to you.
Oh. Well, that's real nice. I guess you could just like, and she like, moves out of the way so that like the way is clear. I mean, you could just like put them on the table, I guess.
Don't you want them?
I mean, like, and she'll like take like one or two. It's like, I mean, yeah, but I don't like really need them to spread the word.
Really? What are you gonna do? Tweet about it?
I mean, I have like a bunch of friends. Like, I know you have like maybe 5 people on your contact list, but like, I know enough people. And I know enough places. It's fine.
Great.
Are you going to be coming or?
Yes, I will be coming to the party.
And she'll give a genuine like big smile, like put a hand on his shoulder. Awesome. I mean, if you really want to like spice up your wardrobe a little bit and like, you know, add just like a little bit of color, I'm sure like maybe a bit of green would look good with you. It would really bring out your eyes. You can like totally come over and I'll help you out there.
She says nothing. She's just glaring at you.
Ophelia is entirely unfazed by this.
So who are you thinking of asking?
Well, I mean, there's like a few of the people at Resistance, like regulars already, but you know, giving them a formal invitation is always great. I could always go to the Blue and check out. I mean, some people may think they're like weird or whatever, but I think they're really cool. They're really great people to hang out with sometimes.
Do you know why we're inviting people to this, Ophelia?
No, but like, do I need
Great.
to just find
No.
interesting people?
No, you don't need to know anything.
Ophelia with a shrug.
Have fun.
Give a little wave and run off.
I have the most bizarre question.
Yeah.
Are you and Desi roommates?
Yeah. Yeah, we'll put them as roommates.
Incredible.
The
Instead of,
apartment's under their patron's name.
yeah, exactly. As you head down the hall, you see one of the features that Desi has. Instead of going inside of the door, she does shut it, and then she disappears in wisps of black smoke to wherever she's off to.
Yeah, Ophelia will kind of roll her eyes at that, like, so extra.
Yup. Oh, perfect. So where are you heading first, Ophelia?
I think she's gonna go to the Blue first.
Mm-hmm.
There'll be likely more people drinking at 4 p.m. at the Blue than there would be at Club Resistance.
Yeah. Just so everyone knows, in New Acadia, drinking at any time is considered very, very normal here.
Yeah, super normal, but you know, the crowd, there's more people at 4 p.m.
Totally.
So,
would anyone be at the Blue at this time? Any of our PCs? There we go.
Eden would be if you didn't have to go meet.
Yeah. Yeah, that'll go well. So as Ophelia arrives, Doyle,
Yes.
how did you come to be here?
Oh, I never left. It's just one of those things where you either measure it in the time in which you rest between drinking or when you started and were drinking. So Doyle was drinking for about, if it's 5, 6 hours now.
Wow.
Yeah. Basically, it's just... Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna ask how drunk you were.
Oh, not at all. Not yet. Takes a while. That's why I have to start early. You got a hellacious tolerance when you are a mythical beast.
Sure. As the door swings open, and I'm gonna make it a saloon door because that's fun for me. I like it. You can feel the breeze, the wind at your back, stronger than usual as the doors kind of blow open and Ophelia walks in. It kind of gives you a bit of a buzz, more so than the liquor has at this point. It feels like you knew there was a storm earlier, but there wasn't much of a gust with it, and now there seems to be in its aftermath.
Well then, as the air would hit and he would realize Ophelia was there, he would look over at the bartender stand and just do like a circle, like hit everybody again and then point back to Ophelia. And he would turn around to the barflies that he's talking to and he'd be like, so there I was looking at him through those bars, and that crazy son of a bitch reached behind his ear and somehow pulled out another joint. And I looked at him, I looked over at the cops, I looked at him, and we're in a goddamn drunk tank. I looked at him, I said, Willie Nelson, I ain't never smoking with you again. And that was the second to last time I ever smoked weed with Willie Nelson. Second to last.
They all crack up and like raise their glasses a bit because that is a damn good story.
And he'll just spin around and he'll, with his one boot, he'll hook it over an empty bar stool behind him and pull it closer. Ophelia! Have a seat.
How many are you in? And she'll,
What?
and she'll sit down, cross her legs.
He will not dismiss the barflies because they are his people, his subjects, and he will just instead spin kind of crookedly on the bar stool that doesn't have a good orbit, like, its ellipse is off a bit. So he'll just, what brings you out so early? It's 4. What brings you out now?
Well, I mean, first, and she puts the flyer, one of the 2 copies that she pulled up, onto the counter. So there's a party going on at the club. I was told to find people who are interested, and look, I just walk right in and here you are.
Ah, here I am. This is a surprise. I'm always here. But
I know you are.
Okay, well then it wasn't a surprise. It was more of a meeting, a decision. What do you need from me? You mean me to come to a party? I can bring the party. I can start the party. I can close the party. I can bring all my friends. I cannot bring any of them. What do you want?
I mean, I'm not sure how much of a party's already being brought, but a little more party is never gonna hurt anyone.
Never.
So, you wanted to come?
Yeah. Is it? And he kind of looks apologetically at Stan, the bartender. Is it an open bar?
She'll just give him a wink at that. Just be like, I mean, you just have to come out and find out.
All right. Well, I mean, it's worth a walk. If it's gonna be an open bar, it's worth a walk. And if it's not, well, that'd be disappointing. But an adventure, sure, why not?
Yeah, and she'll do like a scan of the rest of the room to see like if there's anyone else that piques her interest.
That's. Let's see. Excuse me while I pull up a list. Don't mind me.
It's a full list.
Mm-hmm. Huh. I don't know if this is usual. Ooh. Okay. Sure, why not? We'll just do a thing. Who could be here? Someone could be here. I gotta tell you what to roll. So we're gonna
Sure.
put a face with a name. And I'm gonna tell you the faction with which to roll. So you can mark whichever faction this is.
Fun.
Okay. Oh god, there are a lot of people.
There are a lot of people in this game.
That's this game.
We're in a city. It's full of them.
Yeah. Oh, it's a bar. I believe that he's actually, I don't have him in my notes, but I believe he is mortality.
Oh shit.
Okay.
Shit.
8 succeeds partially. Alrighty, so okay, so you just basically know pretty much what everyone knows about them. There is a man who kind of looks like he's back in a corner, kind of by one of those, what are they? Gambling machines, like poker.
Slot machines?
Slot machine?
No. Ignore this. By one of those virtual poker machines.
Okay.
Looks really messy. And wearing like a big coat and a hat. But even under that, you can see a bit of blood on his face, and you would, since you succeeded, you would know this man as Ronald Weir.
Motherfucking Ronnie Weir.
Yeah, so she's just gonna like look to Doyle. You know that guy?
Yes, it's Ronnie Weir.
Uh-huh.
Guy in the corner, blood.
It's like the blood like a normal thing for him.
I don't know. I try not to pay attention to Ronnie. Ronnie ran afoul of me, but he likes to damn himself more than I could possibly damn him, so I let him.
You think he would be fun at this party?
No. Like,
She
no.
stands up and walks over to him.
Yes.
Dude,
yes.
you need to, you're gonna not, it's gonna be anti-fun. So anyway, the last time I smoked with Willie Nelson, and then you transition.
Great. So before we go over to Ophelia and Ronnie, let's check in on our one mortal. Our darling Evangeline Johnson.
Yes.
Where are you right now at 4 p.m. on a Friday?
She's at work.
Where do you work?
Oh, it's just an office job. I'd say it's probably in insurance or something along those lines. She doesn't talk to anybody. She just does all the computer stuff. It's like on the corner of a main street and like a really shady side alley, and she lives on the other side of the shady side alley, so she just kind of cuts through because she has no care for her own well-being. And yeah, she's she's sitting at this desk. She's meant to be finishing in an hour, but she's already resigned herself to be working overtime. It's quite hot in this office. It's not very good. It's pretty dingy. There's a single fan in the middle of the room that's trying its hardest to keep everything cool, but it's not doing a great job. And even if it was where her cubicle is, it wouldn't reach her anyway. So she's just sitting there. She's doing her work. From a distance, she looks like she's dressed in a work uniform. It's just like a dress shirt, pants, and a tie. From a distance, she looks put together and whatnot, but once you get close, you realize that shirt is not ironed. She's got like all of the mascara, and she's just tried to make herself look presentable, but it's good from a distance. But if anyone inspected her up close, you'd be like, wow, this girl's a mess.
You've noticed most of your co-workers, especially those higher ranked, have kind of cleared out for the weekend, and you're still plugging away when an email pops up.
I think, yeah, she just kind of sees it pop up and she's kind of, because generally it either means more work or bad news, so or both. So she'll open it up.
Don't worry, it's the latter. It's an invitation, kind of an announcement to one of the galleries that you are on the mailing list for. And it's an invitation to an art opening tonight at Spectra Art Gallery at 6:30, featuring someone that you know very well, Theo, although it says like Theodore. He needs some kind of terrible last name, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't think of one. I'll get back to you.
It's fine. But it's awful, whatever it is. Or you know what? You know what's even worse? It's just Theodore.
Theodore. The first name says it all. Everyone knows Theodore.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and it's an invitation to his art opening this evening.
I think she sees that, and I think just by plunging herself into her work, she'd managed to put that in the back of her mind for now, but now it's just come straight back to the front. And she's just looking at it, and she's scrolling through, and I think even some of the advertising pieces for it are her art, and she's just like...
Absolutely.
And she just kind of sits back, rubs... Oh. I'm not even sure if she says anything. I think there's hardly anyone in this office at the moment, but
yeah.
She'll scroll through, look through the details of it, and I think she reads over it a good few times too many. And I think she'll open up her own emails. I think she still has Theodore's email, I'd say. She has no idea if he's blocked her or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
And she starts typing out it goes through a process. One, she starts typing out what she'd like to say. Things along the lines of like, just like what she'd like to say to anyone, really. It's like, you've stolen my art. This is wrong. What you're doing is wrong, etc., etc. And she backspaces and deletes that, and then types out something wishing him luck with his new show, and just like, hey, congratulations, I know that you've wanted this for a while, and so on and so forth. And then she almost sends that, and then she just deletes that, and then she just closes down the email and just sits there with her head in her hands.
As you're sitting there with your head in your hands, someone clears their throat.
She starts like, I'm sorry. Yeah.
In front of you is a woman with green eyes and dark hair, wearing a very fine dark black suit, not smiling at all. And then she kind of looks down on you and says, "There was no one at reception."
Sorry. Yeah. And Evangeline gets up. Like, I'm sorry. What can we help you with?
Your boss isn't here.
I, who is like when I know who is next in charge? I doubt it's me.
It's not you. But
Yeah,
that
it's
person-
definitely not me. I'm like bottom of the rung.
No one's
Like,
here.
no one's here. Can I look around the other cubicles? Am I the only one left?
Yeah.
Okay. She just looks around like lost, like to try and find someone who is higher up, but now she realizes that she's the only one left. It's like really sorry, miss. It looks like everyone's gone home. I can take a message for you.
You seem sad.
Oh, and she just kind of like wipes her eyes a bit, and I think she forgets that she's wearing mascara and just makes it worse. She's just like, oh, no, I'm fine. Just a long day.
You look familiar.
She stops at that one. Just kind of tilts her head a bit. It's like I'm sorry, but you don't. I mean, I have a pretty common face.
Yeah. That's how I would describe it.
Yeah, she just kind of doesn't respond to it, but just kind of nods and averts her gaze a bit.
Just skeeved myself out. Jesus. Okay. You're Ophelia's friend, right?
You know, yeah. I mean, we haven't known each other for too long, but we hang out. Do you know her?
Yeah.
Maybe that's where you've seen me from then.
Yeah. She's helping throw a party tonight.
That sounds like her.
Yeah. Weird. She didn't invite you, but maybe she just hasn't gotten around to it yet.
I mean, I've been at work all day, and I don't think we've gotten around to exchanging numbers. So I'm sure there's a good reason.
Do you want to come?
I mean, I guess. When is it?
Oh, tonight.
That the art exhibition was tonight as well, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What time?
She just smacks a flyer down and finally smiles a bit at you.
Oh, I pick up the flyer and just kind of give it a once. I was like, oh, thank you. Thank you for letting me know.
Mm-hmm. So it's a party. She kind of like does an up and down of your outfit.
I'm sure I'll find something to wear. I have what time is it on the flyer? Is
Oh,
it like
it's like 9:30,
Oh, okay.
and something in there. I haven't decided.
Okay.
It's when I want it.
Yeah.
But
yeah, when you want it to be.
later.
Is there time for me to do both?
Yes, there definitely is.
Yeah. So, I mean, I have something I'd like to check out beforehand. And anyway,
What else are you doing? I really would like to know.
It's just a art exhibition. It's just something I've been interested in.
She gets a big smile on her face. Like, big. And she kind of leans down and she's going to put her hand under your chin. Yeah. And kind of turn your face back and forth.
It's just like torn between stepping away and pushing her away, but like just real confused.
I was wrong.
About?
Not common. Too sad to be common. Melancholy can be very attractive.
Thanks. You're, and I think she does take a step back. It's like, did you want anything else?
No.
Okay, and she just kind of gestures to her desk. Like, there's a job I should be finishing.
Yeah, she backs off and looks like she's heading toward the elevator.
She just kind of goes back into her cubicle, but before she really, like, she goes in and then before she sits down, she just kind of peeks back out.
Yeah, she seems to be waiting for the elevator.
Just kind of, I don't know, she watches for a little while and then maybe expecting to see something, but as she waits for the elevator, she just kind of shakes her head and sits back down and sits back down and looks over this flyer and puts it aside, puts it in her pocket.
Great. So, let's see, where to go. Confession, that's where I like to go. It's my favorite place. I regret saying that, but here we are. Hey, Sister Claire.
Hey.
What are you doing?
I'm coming out of whatever vision or trance I was in the middle of confession, and it's hot and sticky in here. And suddenly realizing that Father Bertrand is sitting on the other side of the veil, wondering what's going on. And I put my hand to my forehead like I've got a headache. Father, I think that's all for today. I'm not feeling well.
You grew very quiet.
I know, I think maybe it's just the weather. I don't know.
Well, I have some work to do in the garden if you'd like to walk around.
All right. Penance, Father?
Well, I think you always do more than I give you, so how about you set it yourself?
Okay. And I rushed to open the curtain and step out and take a deep breath.
It feels lighter out here, less stuffy. And Father Bertrand, Marcus, as you can also call him, he's got kind of a ruddy complexion and brown hair. He's the assistant pastor here, but he's the one you'll always find at this church. And he starts heading toward the front door when a woman walks in. She's, you think probably of Creole descent. She's got long kind of wavy natural hair, dressed nothing like extraordinary about it, but he kind of stops in his tracks as she comes in. If you'd like, you can roll put a face to a name with power.
Okay.
So you still get to mark it, like you get to mark power.
Yeah. Okay.
On a miss, you don't know them or you owe them. Which do you want? It says that I tell you, but I want to know which you want.
Yeah, this is my faction. So I think I probably owe them.
Awesome. Her name is Marie. And she is she's actually a hairstylist and artist in the quarter. I'll say with the miss, you don't know where she is in the faction, like what her deal is, but she has helped you in some way. Do you want to decide how?
I think she helped me find a place to hide when I first came to New Acadia 2 years ago.
Does she know about your powers?
I think she does, but not in their entirety. She knows I have the sight, as she would put it, perhaps. But she doesn't know how clearly I'm able to see things.
Cool. I'm not smiling, you're smiling. All right, you see Father Bertrand kind of stop in his tracks. Marie smiles broadly. It's a very enchanting smile. Her teeth are very white. She's got these kind of hazel yellowish eyes. She smiles at you, seeming genuinely happy to see you. And she strides forward to the two of you. Father Bertrand does not look happy to see her.
I'm a step or two behind Father Bertrand, as would be appropriate.
Mm-hmm.
Does it seem, though, as though she's coming to me?
No.
Is he brushing past her?
Mm-mm.
Okay, is she brushing past him? Okay. Then I'll... Oh, hi, Marie?
Hi.
What brings you over here today?
Confession.
Oh. And I look to Father Marcus.
He looks like he's sweating more than even he should be in the heat.
Father, perhaps I should go.
He kind of nods, clears his throat, and gestures for Marie to head back to the confessional booth. She winks at you.
I'm suddenly made very uncomfortable by all this.
What?
I'm not sure if that's Claire or me. I want to... What can I do here?
Whatever you like.
I'd like to... let me see. Can I figure someone out?
I would love for you to try. Okay, yeah. you roll with mind.
Mm-hmm.
And these are
Okay.
kind of, it's interesting, they're kind of more meta questions than like in character questions. That's how the move works.
Okay.
So you roll and I'll tell you what you can find out.
All right then. That's an 11.
Ooh, that's good. On a hit, hold 2. So you can ask 2 questions. And she's in your faction, so you can ask 3 questions from the list.
Okay. Then what is let's see. Oh, the yours here refer to them. Okay, so I'd like to what is Murray hoping to get from my friend Father Marcus? Because I'm pretty sure it's not forgiveness.
She's after an alliance.
Okay. And how could I put Marie in my debt?
She's very interested in your abilities.
And who is pulling her strings?
Not a goddamn person in this entire city.
All right then.
All right. Great. So what do you do?
Have they've already, well, if she said confession, then I'm not sure that I can interfere, even though I'm pretty sure that's not what's happening. I'm going to take note and I'm going to head back out onto the street. And I think I'm still a little bit shaken by that vision that I saw. I think I don't have anything else to do. I might make my way back toward Jackson Square just to see if I can lay eyes on that artist that I recognized.
Yes, you've got a bit of a walk if you're walking. Don't ask me where the street cars run because I live here and I don't know.
Well, I can probably take a streetcar then.
Yeah, sure, why not? I don't think that's where it doesn't matter. They go where we say they go. As you head out, you kind of smell like smoke in the air, but it's very, very faint. It just doesn't smell like the incense that you associate this area with mostly. As you get on the streetcar and head for Jackson Square in the artist alley there, let's cut over to... Yes, Allison?
You said smoke.
I did, but did you want to...
I do want to do something because as I recall, there's a rumor that I had heard.
There is, and actually, wait, who did you say you trusted the least? Ophelia.
Yeah.
There is a rumor. What'd you say, Greg? Did you have something to say? No.
I just said I thought it was Willie. I heard smoke.
Oh god. So because you chose Ophelia as the person you trust the least, actually, you can come up with a rumor about Wild if you want, and we can see what you know about that. Let me see if there's another move though, because I know what you're after.
Yeah. Yeah, this was one of the rumors that we discussed in our session 0.
Yeah.
What about investigate a place of power?
That's what I'm looking at. It's not really how it's used, but I kind of like it. It is a church.
Yeah.
Okay, you can roll with Night.
Oh. Oh.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
When you investigate a place of power, on a hit, you see below the surface to the reality underneath. On a 10 plus, you can ask the MC one question about the schemes and politics of the faction in question. All right. The smoke smell, as you kind of stand there before you, we'll say before you step onto the streetcar, let's say, the smoke smell, and with your abilities, it smells all of a sudden really strong, like there's an inferno behind you. You even cough on it a bit as if there's smoke in the air.
Mm-hmm. And so I turn around, looking back toward the church.
Yeah.
And do I see anything different?
No.
And I can ask one question here with this, right?
Yes.
Yeah. How do I want to ask this? Am I seeing something that is happening now or something that will happen to this place in the future?
Near future.
How near?
Pretty damn near.
I start walking back toward the church then.
All right. Cool. Good. I'm glad that you're doing that. So let's cut away. Let's go. I want to go back to Doyle and Ophelia in the blue. What's up, y'all?
I mean, Ophelia was told, no, don't go talk to the person, so she's gonna go talk to that person.
Yeah, that seems like a good idea.
Yeah.
All right, so let's start with Ophelia then. You head over to Ronnie Weir, who's in the corner by the poker machine. And as you come up, he kind of lowers his head even more. Again, the hat is like covering the top half of his face.
Yeah. Ophelia's gonna lean on the machine that he's using. And just like stare at him for like a good uncomfortable 30 seconds.
You can tell he's like mostly like just looking at your feet and not saying anything.
Yeah.
But now that you're closer, the blood seems to be like kind of trickling on his cheek. if you like do one of these, you know?
Yeah, definitely. She's like, after like 30 seconds of like just uncomfortable staying, definitely to look.
Yeah, he flinches away and like brings his hands up to his face. And you've met him before, based on your role, and it seems very uncharacteristically Ronnie Weir.
Mm-hmm. What happened to you?
Nothing.
Uh-huh. Blood is like super nothing.
Blood doesn't happen to you, it's inside you. So
Right, and now it's coming out of you. So, I mean, you should probably like go to the bathroom and clean up, although, I mean, like the bathrooms here are kind of gross.
he doesn't say anything.
She'll like lean down and like prop her.
So you're like this, and he's like this.
Yeah. You seem like really out of it today. Like, I mean, you're normally kind of out of it, but like really.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you wanted to do something like a little bit fun later tonight, if you're like up for it, I mean, sometimes I know people just like aren't up for it or whatever, but like there's a party happening at like the club. You could totally come.
He kind of looks up in surprise, and as he looks up, his left eye is missing.
Oh, cool.
Oh shit.
And he very quickly, as he realizes he's looked at you, he puts his head back down.
Yeah. She'll kind of like stand up a little straighter. Huh. I mean, you don't see that every day. Oh, sorry, I probably shouldn't see. You should probably like go see somebody for that.
It's fine.
You're bleeding and you don't have an eye. I mean, I'm not like a doctor or anything, but just maybe want to go see someone, or like even just get like a cool eye patch or something.
Eye patch. Is Doyle gone?
I mean, he said he might. Why, is there like something weird?
No.
I mean, because he was kind of weird about me coming over and talking to you.
He's mad at me. You notice as he's talking about Doyle, he is keeping his eyes very firmly downcast.
Yeah. She'll definitely like look over at Doyle for a second.
Doyle is just telling a story, smoking, and you see him call for Stan, and Stan brings over like an old school like cradle and house phone, like hey, he waves.
Oh, she'll do a little wave back. I mean, you don't have to come, but invitation's open after you go like deal with this. It's not a good look on you.
He doesn't really say anything. Again, he's like really mostly keeping his eyes down. He doesn't respond.
Cool. Ophelia's just like, okay, bye.
Cool.
Turn around and start walking back over to Doyle.
Doyle, what are you up to?
First off, I love that whole conversation where it's like, you need to see someone, you know, if you, everything's just like in an unintentional shade, but it boils down to fix your shit and you can come out with us tonight. I love fix this. This, you're missing an eye. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, Doyle is over at the bar, and he's been given the house phone, which has probably been in service for at least 3 decades. He'll pick it up, punch in a number. Somehow he doesn't remember like what day it is, but he remembers this number, and Eden's shitty cell phone would ring.
Eden, I assume at this point you are in Cafe Orchid with its experimental beignets.
Yeah, they're like trying to like, I don't know, flavor them like in the dough, right? Like it's yeah, like I think it's like a floral attempt at like flavoring them. They call it the orchid beignet. Terrible. It's the worst. But it's like $10 for like one.
Oh my God. Yes. Cafe Orchid. Great. I gotta, excuse me while I write that down. Is it in your neighborhood?
I think it's probably somewhere between Central City and Central Business. It's like right on the edge there. So like just enough that like you get the business folks, but like not so bad that rent is insane.
Incredible. Have to add it to the map. So on the border of the CBD and Central City.
Yeah.
Great.
Like I think there's a highway border between the two parts, if I remember correctly. So like it's just on the other side of the highway.
Great. Okay. A very stern woman, but like hot. Okay. Older, like we're gonna say what, like early 60s, maybe.
Yeah, early mid 60s.
Yeah. Gray, but more like silver hair, hazel eyes, in a really nice tailored gray pinstripe suit, like the really thin pinstripes. Incredible jewelry. I mean, she is fierce. Looks very annoyed as your phone goes off at the table.
Sorry about that. One moment, Miss Adonia's. Eden.
Sure, I can wait. Nothing essential is being discussed.
Eden looks down at the phone.
It's Doyle.
Shit. I mean, God, this is a bad time, but Eden also feels like he owes Doyle stuff. Looks at Carmen.
She's not amused.
Eden will silence his phone. It can wait a moment. Carmen intimidates the fuck out.
It'll keep buzzing and
Turns it on silent.
Wait, hold on. I want to read what Cash in a Debt says. Do you want to use one of the debts he owes you to make him pick up the phone right now?
Hell yes, that gives me experience or something. So yeah, we're doing that.
What text do you send me that gets me to pick up?
Text? I have like a 1978 phone. I don't have text ability.
You annoy me so much that I feel like Carmen is just like pick it up, just like
okay, perfect. As it keeps like lighting up, even though it's on silent, she puts a long manicured finger on it, and like it's so shitty she can just kind of flick it toward you.
This will just be a second. And Eden does the like turn and what?
Hey, what you doing?
I'm in a meeting right now. Doyle, can this wait?
No, can't. We got something we gotta do, man.
What do we have to do?
Listen, you old dog, I don't need to tell you. You need to get I don't know where you're at. You should be beside me, but you ain't. And you need to be beside me. Who the fuck has a meeting on it's 4:32. There's a meeting 4:32 in Acadia. Nobody.
Doyle, I'll be there in like half an hour.
Nope, I'm gonna stay in line. Just put the phone down. I'm gonna listen to what you're doing.
No,
put-
this is private business, Doyle.
No, you owe me. Just put it down. Don't get humor an old man.
You hear in the background. Who are you like talking to?
Hey, look.
Doyle,
Hey,
Doyle,
it's Eden.
Doyle, please.
Ophelia, it's
please.
Eden. You want-
Doyle,
What?
you're breaking up, Doyle.
Carmen's just like sipping tea.
Doyle, you break.
You're doing that with your mouth.
It ends.
No, you know what, Eden? I would like to know who was so important to you that you felt the need to answer a phone in a meeting with me. Give me the phone.
Doyle, that's me. Eden,
Eden hung up on you, buddy.
I'm hung up. Do you call him
Eden.
back?
Yeah, Carmen's reaching her hand out for the phone.
yeah, he's gonna call back because his debt's not. He doesn't believe his debt's been paid.
Eden
Agree.
will. Eden will. I don't care if my debt's not paid, but Eden will like reluctantly hand his phone over to Carmen.
She picks it up. Hello,
Hey, who's this?
this is Carmen Ordonez. Who's this?
This is Doyle. Carmen, you sound like fun. What are you doing?
Oh.
I'm having tea with Eden.
That doesn't sound like fun. Why don't you come have tea with me? Only I like to call it beer.
Eden has really good hearing, so he can hear all of this.
Oh yeah, you can hear everything. Perhaps. You know,
Well,
I
come
was
on down.
considering passing on my invitation to Eden here, but maybe I should go myself since he can't even bother to turn off his phone in an important meeting.
That's pretty rude.
I think so, yes.
Hey, you still there?
I'm still here. I was waiting for you to say something.
I was just gonna say, you like to dance.
Yes, I like to dance.
All good, so do I. We can do that. Want to see you at the party later. Are you gonna kill Eden or anything?
No.
Okay, cool. Make sure you tell him to come. And if you've got any extra phones lying around, give him one. His is acting up something fierce. It's crackling and shit. I ain't pretty sure it was his mouth, but
All right.
it's Doyle Reed. Reed.
Very good, Mr. Reed.
I like that. I'll see you later, Miss Carmen. Can I talk to Eden?
She clicks the phone shut.
Hello? Hello? That goes on for about 3 minutes.
So Eden is he's not face palming like I am. He's just like stoic, stone face right now, just like shit in his head.
Was that?
That is a acquaintance of mine since getting back to the city.
Anything interesting I should know about him?
He's dangerous.
Him.
Yeah,
He did not sound dangerous.
I think appearances are misleading, Miss Ordonez. You should know that.
Yes, I always thought you to be a capable and competent young man, Eden.
And has there been a particular line of conversation here that Eden would know that this is like? I know that Eden is guessing that this has to do with his neighborhood, but like, have we brought that up explicitly yet? Or
No. I was going to send you somewhere tonight as a representative.
And
Now I'm thinking I might go myself since your dangerous friend was so charming.
what's the occasion?
There's a party happening
Uh-huh. Is this what Doyle was talking about? Same thing?
I believe so. That's why I asked you about him.
What? I don't know if he's a good sort. I don't think he's a bad sort. He's just dangerous.
I received an invitation. Now, that in itself is not odd. The odd thing was that I received it at my private email address. And it was not from anyone I knew.
So one of the other factions?
Perhaps.
What do you want me to do?
I want you to go and listen for us. Not speak for us, obviously.
I can do that. Are you planning on showing up as well?
Well, I might now. At first I thought it might be too risky, but we'll see. Maybe once you go, you can sniff around and update me. Then I will decide if I come myself.
I can do that, Miss Ordonias. Was there anything else?
No. She stands up.
I have a question, me personally.
Mm-hmm.
Did she order one of the terrible beignets?
Absolutely not.
Okay, cool.
Carmen's classic.
Mm-hmm.
She knows what's up.
Yep. I think Eden waits for her to leave first.
She does.
Eden's like visibly no, he's not visibly shaken, but like Eden's always tense. Like he's in a constant state of like just being tense. And I think he has to gather himself for like a minute. God damn it, Doyle. And I guess Eden's gonna go swing by home and take a shower and change, I suppose, because he has to go out tonight.
Yeah. As you make your way home with your heightened senses on the air, you smell smoke.
Can Eden tell what direction it's coming from?
Sure, let me check my handy dandy map. Boop-a-doop-a-doop, boop-a-doop-a-doop. That is Eden's family home is number 12. This place is number 5. The south.
South. Eden will do a swing by before heading home, just to make sure it's not getting too close to his territory. Well, sort of where he roams.
Mm-hmm. It's about, you can tell the direction as you head south. It's kind of on the border of the central city and the Garden District. As you approach, you see the Church of Mater Dolorosa on fire.
Jeez.
And I think that's where we're going to end the session this week, because it's a good place to end it, and we're going to pick up with our good pal Evangeline first next week. That was fun for me. That was good for me. I hope it was good for you. Let's go around. Everyone, plug your stuff. And yeah, I'm excited. Yay, me. Let's start with Kiana.
Oh man, I love this already. I love all these characters. And it's really interesting that we've decided to put Ophelia and Doyle first together. I wasn't sure how the relationship was going to end up, and now they're the most trash fire friendship I have ever seen. It's great. I love it. Trash fire friendship.
We're enablers.
We're enablers. We both just enable each other.
Are. Totally are. Where can we find you on the internet, Key?
You can find me over on Twitter at KennaS. Best way to figure out what I'm doing, because I'm all over the internet doing all sorts of roleplay game stuff, whether that's streaming or writing them or just talking about them on the internet. So come and hang out with me over there. Of course, come hang out on Discord, where I'm Mod Mom, and I love chatting with all y'all about our lovely games and all the cool stuff that you guys do. So we'll see you next week.
Greg.
Yeah. What's going on?
You.
Hey, I had a lot of fun. I liked playing Doyle. Basically, every Monday night, I'm just gonna be able to sit back and drink, like IRL and in game. So I can't wait. Let's have fun. Monday nights covered. Grimjack21502 on the Twitter. Part of the Tales from the Grim team on the Twitch. Join us back here next week for a little bit more of this Bad Moon Rising. Wednesday, we've got May Black Roses Bloom. Kiana, well, not this week, but Kiana and I will be back in 2 weeks, I believe. And then we have coming up Thursday, D&D will be back at some point, probably maybe a week from this Thursday. And then we have our Call of Cthulhu, Sky Chasers, Sunday at 4, run by Charlie. But join us back here next Monday, where we get to listen to Tommy's badass video again, and I get to drink some more. Until then.
Alrighty, Allison.
That was a blast. I love this. I really, really like the system and the characters and the world that you're creating. Super fun. I love that I'm walking into Inferno. That's great too. Can't wait to see how that turns out. I'm sure it will be fine. Until then, I'm on Twitter basically all the time at Allison Robinson, and in like 2.5 days at D&D Live here in LA. I'm super excited for that. And Lauren's coming out to be here as well. And so if you're going to be there, come find us. It's going to be amazing. And yeah, just all that. Love y'all. Good stuff.
Yay. Tommy.
I swear to God, Eden better not end up as like the punching bag between Lauren and Greg. just...
What? No.
Don't worry.
Damn it, Doyle. That was fun. I'm just like, I'm super excited to see where this goes. I'm super excited to meet the rest of the crew that he hasn't met yet, and see what, like, I feel like Eden's just gonna be like being dragged by like different body parts in different directions because this crew, pretty much. I think he and Evangeline might be in similar boats there. I'm Imperative Pengu on the Twitter sphere. I'm on a couple different shows across Twitch throughout the week. You can find a postie on my Twitter feed with my schedule of where and when I'll be. And yeah, I'm super excited to see where this goes, although burning churches is never good. I think too soon on that.
No, it's fine. Anyway, Avery.
Yes, hello. This is a lot of fun. I'm glad that we're gonna start a tally of like how many times has Evangeline died in a vision or otherwise. We're at 1. Yeah, I'm very keen for next session just to see how this literal fire goes down, and I'm living for everyone else's interactions, and I'm so hyped to just get this whole group together eventually. Yeah, as for me, my name is Avery. I go by Mappa online on pretty much all social media. I am an artist and I cosplay sometimes. I do the art for this stream, and I do art for other things as well. But yeah, I'm also over on the Skyticus Academy on Tuesdays 2 p.m. EST. Yeah, I think that's right. Where we play a Numenera game called Nightborn, where I play Dell, who is a dear, sweet, innocent robot boy that doesn't quite understand the concept of wanting things and is used to very much used to taking orders, and they're learning. So yeah, that's me.
Awesome. All right, and I have been Lauren. I'm Matt Salty Ginger over on Twitter and the Smooch Queen in our Discord, which you should join if you haven't yet, because it's a super fun place. You can find me here. I'm part of the team at Tales from the Grim. I'm going to be over at D&D Live with Allison. I'm going to get to meet Tommy and Serena and a bunch of other awesome people. So if you're out in LA, give me a Twitter DM or message me on Discord, because I'd love to meet everyone from the Legion if you are there. And that's pretty much it for moi. Are we gonna go raid somebody? Greg, are we gonna go raid somebody? Who should we raid?
We're raiding Jasper's Game Week over at Mini Terrain Domain. We're going to be raiding them. So everybody, when you go over there, what should our raid cry be?
Damn it, Doyle.
Damn it, Doyle.
All right. I wasn't muted. I said that at the exact same time as you.
It's damn it, Doyle. Everybody just jumps. Fuck, damn it, Doyle. All right. Awesome. Anything else, Lauren or City?
We will be back here next week.
All right, friends. As the campfire goes down, there's only one thing left to say. You can't always drink beer, but you can always role play. We'll see ya.